That right here. That. It seems as though there's been some misunderstanding, so let's talk about why I think Naruto is not as good as One Piece or Bleach. And to start, not as good does not mean I think it is terrible. All of these anime are rated 9 out of 10 or above. Every single one. They are all incredible. When you take a look at the three shows, the meat of the shows are all the same to me, right? So what I mean by that is like the main characters, the side characters, the villains, the world building. When you rate them all together, they are all the same for me. And that doesn't mean that Naruto's villains are on the same par as One Piece's villains or vice versa. It just means that there are things that each anime does better than the other one. For example, Bleach has the best written villain out of the big three, but it doesn't have the best villains. That goes to Naruto, in my opinion. One Piece has better world building than the other. I think it has a better side cast than the other two. I think it does better foreshadowing than the other two. I think Naruto's fights are better. I think the quality of some of the side characters are better than One Piece and Bleach. I think the female writing in Bleach is better. So when you take all of that and put it together, the ratings of the three shows are the same for me. Now, what makes Naruto not as good, in my opinion, to the other two is the side characters as a whole and the ending. The ending was clearly rushed. Kishimoto even said in a interview that Kaguya wasn't his plan for the main villain until the war arc, and you can absolutely tell she was rushed. Her motives are bland, not as good as Madara's or Obito's or anybody like that. Like, it was just a bland ending, and it took away from Naruto and Sasuke for me. And also the side characters, they threw away Rock Lee, Gaara, Choji, Ino, Neji. She just had a sacrifice at the end. They pushed a lot of the side characters that they established in original Naruto to the side, and they didn't really develop those stories, which puts it below the other two, in my opinion. Now, that's not to say the other two don't have flaws. Bleach, the filler is atrocious, and they try to include filler characters into the canon episodes. And One Piece, the pacing sometimes is just dreadful. Dressrosa should not have been 130 episodes at all, and it's just not as good as the manga. The manga is a 10 out of 10, hands down. But the pacing in the anime just gets, oh my god, bro, just like get on with it, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's why I think Naruto isn't as good as the other two. However, they're all, to me, 9.5s or higher.